Just letting you know this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Fringe. Hot damn! Oh my god! Oh my goodness, okay. I didn't get one answer, but I'm gonna hope it'll be answered later on. And I almost want to ask you if it's not gonna be answered at all, can you tell me? But, I know it'll be a spoiler. What I'm talking about is, Peter's amnesia of Olivia. You know, I think that's such an obvious thing that I'm going to take faith it'll be explained. Unless I'm right, and this should be okay for you to validate, that it's been alluded to that Walter's done experiments on Peter. And so perhaps through those experiments he had later on as a child, his memory of Olivia went away. Which I find strange, and that would imply that the experiments were pretty drastic, right? From that episode in season 1, you know, when the head contraption, I forgot what episode it was, and it's on there on the screen as I'm going to go look for it afterwards, but the one where the guy can hear the radio stuff, and Peter was like, what? You put this on my head as a child? And there was that moment where Peter was just so alarmed by that, and Walter's face was definitely not denying that. So I'm just presuming, based on some of the trauma they're seeing, that we've seen here with Peter trying to reconcile that is not his universe, and they're gaslighting him, trying to protect him still at the same time. I get that whole thing, you know. But I'm going to chalk it up to that. But if there is going to be, like, you're welcome to do this. It's not a spoiler, and I'm going to tell my moderator not to erase it, okay? But if it's going to be fully explained in better detail in upcoming episodes, you can at least just say that. It will be explained. Okay? Because I really want an explanation for that. Because to show him have this emotional, specific connection to Olivia at that point in time, with the tulips and all that, and to say that just faded away over time, there's no way I'm buying that. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Especially Peter, of all people. You know, Peter is extremely smart. I have a hard time believing that something so significant in his life would have just faded away. So I'm going to take faith that there is definitely an explanation. Alright, so with that, you know there's a lot for me that I have to contend with. But I'd rather leave the majority of it for as many of you to explain in better words than I could use right now. So let's start with my favorite scene, because it is the most amazing scene, and it's so brilliantly done, and it's again just a testament to how wonderful these writers are in being meticulous with putting things together. Even if whether I know this them or not in the detail that I'm sure some of you probably hope for, but that's the whole thing with Olivia heading into his office, telling him pretty much about everything to alternate. And then it's through that Olivia that he finds out where the hell Peter is. And so, of course, the question is naturally, at that point in time where he realizes, okay, this Olivia person, because he doesn't know her last name. I mean, with his resources, I'm now wondering if at that point in time, did he go then looking for any Olivia on the record, or faux Olivia? That's what I'm thinking about. Did he go find faux Olivia willingly, deliberately? How long did it take him? You know, I don't think they developed facial recognition, but perhaps he went through birth records. Maybe not, because I don't know. I know you can't answer it. I'm just kind of talking out loud here. Because I'm thinking that's his first understanding of a parallel universe. And so maybe just the notion of doubles perhaps didn't dawn on him at that point. Who knows? But point is, now that I see that so much of his awareness of parallel universes, possible doubles, and hence the explanation of a Walter that showed up to his wife, it's nice to know now where that started from and how they showed it. It was just brilliant. Oh, that was wonderful. That was great. So that's one of my favorite scenes. I would say the second favorite is where it really just was a lot emotionally, and it took everything in me not to get all snotty-faced. Because then I would have to pause, clean up a little bit, and I have to always keep in mind time for me as I'm going. So I know it's a bit restrictive in the authenticity of my reaction in terms of letting all those emotions out, but at least you understand some of the constraints I still have to work with regardless, okay? Alright, so it's the scene, yes, just to make it clear, it's the scene where in the red verse, Walter and his wife were coming to terms with their grief and their anger, frustration, confusion about losing their Peter. It just really drove that nail in of how terrible of a very selfish act Walter did. But as many have argued to me, in many words, in many ways, on YouTube, at my club, there's justification that can be argued for when it comes to their motivations at that point in time. I'm not going to go and rehash back and forth. I'm going to leave it up to certain viewers and certain members that I already know in mind will take it upon themselves to break it down in paragraphs. Okay. Fantastic episode. My Ashamoji rating is a 5 for sure. It's such an excellent episode. And I really hope they show more of these kind of backflashes, these flashback episodes. I really enjoy them. And it explains a lot, and it's helpful for me to kind of connect some dots that I have a hard time kind of putting together, even though it's obvious for some, but it's just not obvious for me. And I feel bad for some of you because I know a handful of you that I'm thinking of right now. You really do try to help me without spoilers and by reminding me of, this happened in that episode and remember this, remember that. And some of you are quite consistent with your reminders. Like you'll literally repeat the same sentence in almost every comment, and that's fine. Just remember, it's a journey for you and me. That's I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a journey for you to watch me do my best to understand as I go, and I can only have some confidence, hopefully, that you understand fully and thoroughly that this is a first watch. And for a lot of you who've confirmed, it took you multiple watches to even understand and grasp some of the stuff that shows up in these episodes. And so, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay. All right. That's all I gotta say. So there you have it. That's my reaction to episode 15. So until my reaction to episode 16, I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.